All right, the Hindi imposition versus regionalism debate once again, right? This time the tug of war over languages seems to be clearly never ending. After the centre's NEP, which is a three-language formula for school education, was announced, politics continues to peak. I'll tell you why and what's the latest flashpoint.
Since the central government announced the three-language criteria for students in the new national education policy, a debate over the language policy is raging. From southern India, the first to raise voice against the NEP was Tamil Nadu CM M.K. Stalin, who said the new policy is poisonous and toxic. The Union Education Minister has maintained the new education policy does not impose Hindi on states. The Karnataka government also raised a banner of revolt with their Kannada first pitch.
First, we want to protect our language. That is our intention. That is our commitment. We are in a national party. We will go by our national party, whatever the Congress party in the High Command decides, because they give us free hand locally on this type of issues.
While some southern parties spoke against the three-language policy, BJP ally Telugu Desam Party has supported the NEP.
Those who are interested to learn language, I am promoting multi-languages, international languages. That is very important for survival.
Now the language war has reached Maharashtra. RSS leader Bhaiyaji Joshi, speaking at an event, pitched for the Gujarati language in Mumbai.
याचा अर्थ असा की मुंबईची एक भाषा नाही, मुंबईच्या अनेक भाषा आहेत, पण त्या भागाची काही भाषा असते. तर घाटकोपर परिसराची भाषा तर गुजराती आहे. गिरगावमध्ये हिंदी बोलणारे कमी मिळतील, मराठी बोलणारे.
The Shiv Sena UBT has joined the debate, claiming the RSS leader has insulted Marathi.
महाराष्ट्र हा आमचा सगळ्यांचा आहे आणि महाराष्ट्रामध्ये येऊन कायद्याच्या विरुद्ध जर बोलत असतील तर त्यांच्यावरती राजद्रोहाचा गुन्हा दाखल केला पाहिजे.
The Maharashtra government played down the controversy.
सरकारची भूमिका पक्की आहे. मुंबईची, महाराष्ट्राची, महाराष्ट्र शासनाची भाषा मराठीच आहे.
The tug of war over languages is escalating ahead of the crucial assembly polls in South India next year. Now it is spreading to other regions as well. With Pramod Madhav and Ritvik Bhalwankar, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so we're going to separate Maharashtra from this debate, viewers. We're going to focus on the southern states. And the reason why, because I'm sure our viewers somewhere down the line are questioning why once again the entire language war we are focusing in on again. But there has been a latest flashpoint in it. Let me tell you. Well, till now, states like Tamil Nadu or even the state like West Bengal or even Telangana have not adopted the NEP, the National Education Policy, completely. One of the main issues that these states hold against the NEP is the three-language formula. Till now, a state like Tamil Nadu was following the two-language formula, where children were studying Hindi, Tamil as well as English. There was no Hindi involved there. And the three-language formula, number one, dictates English as a foreign language. Earlier on, English was considered a native language. So now English comes into the foreign language category. So that is taken. Then the NEP has asked the states to follow two regional languages and native languages. And this is what these states are against. They don't want Hindi to be one of those languages. Now, what also has happened in it all is that because these states have not implemented the NEP completely, the centre has held on to funds to the tune of 534 crores. Which they're supposed to give these states where education is concerned, but they've held on to it because these states are not implementing the three-language formula. Now, you'll ask, what is the three-language formula? Taking you through that. Now, the three-language formula was introduced all the way back in 1968. It's based on a recommendation of the Choudhry Commission 64 to 66, formula to promote Hindi without undermining regional languages. Hindi, English, regional languages in non-Hindi states. Hindi, English and a modern Indian language in Hindi-speaking states. Tamil Nadu, till now, like I pointed out, followed the two-language policy. Tamil and English in government schools. Mind you, one of the biggest differences between the old policy and the new policy is that English was earlier considered a native language and now it's considered a foreign language. So that leaves the space of more native languages to be pushed. Until now, Tamil Nadu had only followed two languages, like I've told you, which was Hindi and English. And now, Tamil Nadu has been advised, or rather directed, to follow the three-language policy. NEP 2020 doesn't impose any language on any state. That needs to be made clear. NEP 2020 says two of the three languages should be native to India. I'll give you an example. So possibly, a state like Tamil Nadu, the foreign three language, one of them is a foreign language, so that would be English. The other two languages, one would be Tamil. Now, it is the prerogative of the student, prerogative of the school, prerogative of the state education board to include any other languages in that. That could be Telugu, it could be Hindi, or any other native language in the state. So there is no imposition that Hindi will be taught. Now, what has been the stand of southern states on the new policy, education policy? Very clearly, you've had the state of Tamil Nadu against it. M.K. Stalin has gone out suggesting no hatred for any language, but oppose Hindi imposition on pretext of NEP, because Tamil Nadu government feels that the three-language policy is a way to covertly push Hindi to the students and Tamil Nadu. Chandrababu Naidu, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister, better to learn Hindi so that we can mingle with people easily. Mind you, the TDP is an ally of the BJP at the center. So you'll see the TDP as one of the parties taking a contrarian line. Now, the Kerala Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan, says NEP pushes the Sangh Parivar idea of one nation, one language. Telangana state government has made Telugu mandatory for all schools, suggesting that the NEP is divisive. DK Shivkumar, Karnataka, says, first we want to protect our own language. That is our intention and commitment. So at the back of all these political statements and stands, the questions that I pose to our panelists this evening: Hindi imposition, is this fear real, or is it just plain fear-mongering in the name of politics? Number two, this is a question that has been put forth by southern parties like the DMK, where they say that the center is covertly pushing Hindi through the three-language policy. So is the centre covertly pushing Hindi through the three-language policy? Or what the BJP says, that South parties like DMK creating an imaginary linguistic hysteria for political gain? All right, let's cut across right now to our panelists this evening. Deepak Reddy, Gunapati, spokesperson TDP, NV Subhash, spokesperson BJP, A. Sarvanan, spokesperson DMK, Bhavya Narasimha Murthy, spokesperson Congress. I want to begin with the DMK spokesperson and I will go to the TDP spokesperson after. Mr. Sarvanan, the fact is that there is no Hindi imposition is what the central government says under the three-language policy. You're allowed to pick any language you want. There is no imposition of Hindi.
Yeah, see, this is akin to going to a restaurant, Preeti. You go to a restaurant. The menu will show you 300 items. But when you go and ask the server, can I have this exotic menu? Can I have channa bhatura? They will say, no sir, we have idli and sambar. Can I have puri masala? They will say, no, I have idli dosa. Whatever dish you want to have, they will say, we'll have idli dosa. This is the same analogy with regard to this three-language policy peddled by the union government. See, for example, in a state-run school, whatever school, with the three-language formula, 10 students want to study 10 different languages. One wants to study Kannada, one wants to study Malayalam, one wants to study Tamil, one wants to study Bangla, one wants to study Marathi. Can every school have 10 teachers? 10 different teachers? Is it practically impossible? And why are they doing this? They are doing this because what they will say is, sorry sir, we don't have Malayalam teacher, but we have Hindi teacher for the third language. Why don't you study Hindi? This is their sly way of pushing in Hindi. This is the way they've imposed Hindi long back. 1965, this is what had happened. That is why we opposed it. See, 1968, we passed a resolution in the state assembly that there will be only 2 languages in the state of Tamil Nadu. And now the union government says this is our policy. So which will prevail? The policy of the union government or the resolution passed in the assembly of the Tamil Nadu government? And Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, he is, I will tell him to get legal advice. He says it is incumbent upon the state governments to follow the union government's policy. No, it is not so. When the subject is in the concurrent list, it is only a cabinet decision. It is not a law passed by the parliament. So there is absolutely nothing which is binding on us, legally binding on us, to follow this 3-language policy. And the NEP should be consigned to the dustbin. It promotes 3 things. 1, Sanskrit. 2, entrance examinations. 3, this vocational training. Apart from this, there is nothing in this NEP. And Tamil Nadu as a state has got more GER. The gross enrollment ratio for the state of Tamil Nadu is pegged at 54 point some percentage. The national average is around 27%. We are double the national average. And the important goal of national education policy is to reach 50% GER by 2030. We have achieved that 15 years earlier. So why should we follow NEP? Okay. Somebody sitting at Delhi cannot dictate us what we should teach our kids.
Okay.
So we I want to bring in reject this NEP.
Allow me to bring in NB Subhash, spokesperson BJP, into this conversation. NB Subhash, the charge is very clear. Earlier on, the BJP, the centre, tried very hard to impose Hindi through popular culture. That didn't quite work, and that was outrightly rejected. The charge is you're trying to covertly do it academically now by enforcing the 3-language policy. What was wrong with the earlier policy? Because a state, for example, like Tamil Nadu, used to follow the 2-language policy, where English was considered a native language. And now you made it a foreign language, therefore they need to pick another native language. And like Mr. Saravanan says, you will leave children with no option because there will be no other option in terms of teachers.
Preeti, when you have started this discussion, you have very clearly said that it is the prerogative of the state government to adapt any of the language. Now this Hindi imposition or Hindi thing which is just coming up, especially in DMK ruled state, in Tamil Nadu, this is only thing is because elections are due, they want something to happen, they wanted to divert the attention of the people and then bringing something like just imposition of Hindi on that. It is very clear, evident, it is very crystal clear. All these things have come up there with in the 1965 when the Congress party was in rule, and in 1968 it has been imposed on that. So we don't say that it has to be very Hindi has to be done in that. For example, a person who is working in Tamil Nadu, if he has to work in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar and that, he has the language barrier. But at the same time, a person from Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, when he is coming to Telangana or to Andhra Pradesh or to other states in the other southern state, he is very happily, the constructing, and then there are so many people who are just coming from other parts of the northern India, because they don't have the language barrier. And when you see, the statistics of the Telugu states and Tamil Nadu and other things, is people have learned so many foreign languages. So people have gone abroad; they are doing extremely well. When this is not the constraint, why people from Tamil Nadu, especially the DMK ruled state, they are imposing and then making a big issue about imposing on Hindu? Who has asked to do that? Who has asked to do that?
I will come back to you, Mr. Subhash, and the question that I will ask you, and maybe you can mull over it, is the government's holding back funds to states like Tamil Nadu and West Bengal when it comes down to education, and that's to the tune of 530 crores. So you're holding them to ransom until and unless they actually implement this policy. What's the way out? I'll come back to that question, and I'll ask you that question. I want to bring in Deepak Reddy, Gunapati, spokesperson TDP. Deepak Reddy, it does seem that the state of Andhra is that anomaly in a slew of south states, or at least governments, where they have outrightly rejected the NEP. But it seems your Chief Minister, Chandrababu Naidu, welcomes the, and correct me if I'm wrong, welcomes the 3-language policy as possibly making Hindi the link language across India.
Very good evening to everybody. There is a bit of disturbance. Am I audible, ma'am?
Sir, you're audible. Is there a problem? Do we need to correct something? You're audible otherwise.
Yesterday, our Chief Minister, Chandrababu Naidu ji, was in Delhi. And in fact, the national media has asked him a similar question about language. I would like the nation to take note of this. We are a neighboring state to Tamil Nadu. So what Chandrababu Naidu ji has clearly said is he's welcomed this new policy. Apart from this, he's seen that there are a lot of opportunities for the youth to work in countries abroad. So in the nursing area especially, already a GO has been passed that 10 international languages would be taught. And similarly, it would be taught in other universities also. So this is the progressive attitude what one should have. So not just our languages, but if you see the history of Tamil Nadu and its this language issue, we were actually, the Telugus were part of the old Madras state. We got away from them thinking that they had some complex in their mind. But now it is very clear, it is not the complex what is there, but it is purely politics. They are using this to get their votes and be in power. Now, this is something what the people of Tamil Nadu should remind themselves. What is painful here? They are okay with English being an additional language, but they don't want Hindi. So this is purely, I think a slave mentality and the reminiscence of the erstwhile British Raj. So, I mean, an English language which comes from Europe is fine, but you are dead against Hindi. This is really sad, and this shows the deviant mentality and vote bank politics of the people of the leaders of Tamil Nadu, and the people of Tamil Nadu should realize that they are working against the larger interests of the people and and trying to just get votes. This is what my opening comments are. And I would like
come back to you. I'm going to circle back to you.
Learn from the model of Andhra Pradesh and what Chandrababu Naidu ji has spoken.
All right, I'm going to circle back to you. But, sir, our constitution clearly says that along with Hindi, English is our official language. So,
Can I come in, Preeti?
But, Mr. Sarvana, allow me to open up the debate and I'll come back to you. Please hold on to that thought. There's a fourth panelist. I want to bring in Congress spokesperson into this conversation, Bhavya Narasimha Murthy. There are two states that the Congress runs in the south, Karnataka and Telangana. What is the Congress's view when it comes down to the NEP and the three-language policy?
We are very clear from the day one our Chief Minister took oath that we are not accepting NEP. The previous Chief Minister of BJP government had accepted. Later, we set up a committee and we brought in state education policy, which is being implemented in the state of Karnataka. So basically, education is in the concurrent list. Center cannot impose it on us, and we are not legally binded to follow NEP. So to do their backdoor politics, they are imposing all these, cutting down our funds for education. So they're holding us at ransom, like you, in your own words. They cannot do that. And when it comes to English, Hindi and Kannada, these three language policy, why we are against Hindi? We are not against a language or anything. Let me give you a list of languages that Hindi has literally swallowed in North Indian states. Bhojpuri, Maithili, Awadhi, Braj, Bundeli, Gharwali, Kamani. There are like n number of languages which literally is extinct today. We are a southern Indian states. We have, 7 crore population in Karnataka, and our language is more important to us. We see our mother tongue as our mother. So it's important that we protect our language from this kind of imposition by BJP government. We are very committed to it. You cannot enforce three-language policy on us. Yes, Karnataka has a three-language policy, because of which today, compared to Tamil Nadu, today we are in a position where, you might have seen on social media where people are not ready to learn Kannada, because we Kannadigas, we have learned Hindi during our school, and we are being friendly to outsiders has made us the victims today. They don't want to learn Kannada because their life is easy here because we speak in Hindi. You really think this is acceptable? And English is required because all the higher education, any professional degree you take, it's given in English. And you go abroad, you have to deal with the language. Sadly, we don't have a choice. We do not have textbooks in our language, so we have to learn English. But why Hindi? What's the whole point?
Well, I'll tell you what the point is. Okay, let me flip it over and let me take this question.
You have to give me a little bit of time. One example I want to give you. Central government had imposed to celebrate Hindi Divas in all the central government offices across India. Why? Why doesn't the central government celebrate Kannada Rajyotsava across India in all the central government offices? Why should we celebrate Hindi Divas? This is one of their ways.
No, it's not about Hindi Divas, Bhavya, but let me flip.
Language,
okay, ma'am, allow me to flip this question and take it to A. Sarvana, because, why should we not adopt Hindi? Well, the fact is, by not adopting Hindi, many would suggest, as a link language, allow me to bring in Mr. Sarvanan, and I will circle back to you, Bhavya. The fact is that you are not allowing your people to participate in an economy which they really can benefit from. By the virtue of not adopting a language, you are segregating your people, and like the BJP says, Mr. Sarvana, feeding them a diet of imaginary regionalism, which you're not giving them the opportunity.
No. Yeah.
Keep them hungry, keep them wanting.
No. Yeah, Preeti, that's what. Tamil is our mother tongue. And any other language is a foreign language to us. Let it be English, Italian, Germany, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, whatever other language is a foreign language to us. And why we are choosing English? Because English is a leveler. How much ever efficiently or expertly I learn Hindi, I can never compete with someone who is a native speaker, whose mother tongue is Hindi. So if we adopt Hindi, irrespective, without English, what happens is we'll become a second-class citizens in this country. English is a leveler. It is a foreign language for me. It is a foreign language for someone from Uttar Pradesh. It is a foreign language for someone from Karnataka, someone from Andhra. So we want this equality because we are a federal setup. We are not equal. That is why we want English. And when you are speaking about English, if India is an economic superpower today, what we have achieved in terms of economic improvement, globalization, that is because we have English. If it does not have English, imagine what would have happened. All would have been second-class citizens. And the BJP, which says, all the other, now I don't know, it's very surprising. The TDP has also joined this RSS bandwagon. Oh, English is a colonial hangover. Look at the children of all the BJP ministers from the Union Cabinet. All of them are studying in some Ivy League universities. All of them are there in Cambridge, Oxford, they are in Harvard, Stanford, and every university. And they want the pracharaks, the common man, to take trishuls and lynch somebody because of their dietary preference, but they don't want them to study English. There is an article in Hindu few days back. 90% of the people in North India speak only one language. If they have studied two languages, where is the question of Hindi? Why should we study Hindi? So the BJP is a Hindi majoritarian party and wants to impose Hindi on us, which we will not allow. And with respect to this TDP spokesperson, please understand, please read the history of Tamil Nadu when it comes to language imposition. And Tamil Nadu is not backwards. We are in the top 3 states on economic index or any human index, human development index. That is because we adopted English. And the entire country should be grateful to the state of Tamil Nadu for allowing English to be present even now.
Okay, I want to cut back to NV Subhash, spokesperson from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Subhash, the question that I asked you, because, the fact is it's been going on for decades now. We have debated this ad nauseum, year after year. The question is very simple this time. For the first time, it seems that the government is holding back funds to the tune of 530 crores just because some states have refused to implement the 3-language policy. Only this aspect of the NEP.
See, when Hindi, if you say that the government of India is holding the funds in that, in Assam also the same thing should should have happened. But in Assam, people want to learn Hindi, and then funds have been given.
But you have your own government in Assam, sir.
No. This is for the specific purpose that promoting language, promoting culture. The funds have been earmarked. If it is for Telangana or if it is for Telugu states or if it is for the Tamil states, let them promote their own language because we have our own language just issue on that. And then we have been promoting funds, and then we are promoting the universities also. We have the Telugu University in Hyderabad, which has been established by the Congress party and that. Why is this language barrier? What we can see is that the Tamil Nadu doesn't want to go in for the progressive, because they don't want the people to grow. They want to have, cut a barrier. They wanted to divide north and south.
So allow him to speak. Allow him to speak. I'll come back to you. Mr. Subhash, make your point.
They wanted to
Can I just get Mr. Subhash? Make your point, sir.
They wanted to divide north and south.
Can I just get Mr. Subhash? Go ahead, sir.
Hello. They wanted
make your
to
point,
divide
sir. Make your point.
south. They want to divide north and south, along with the Congress party, because they have no other issue other than making a language barrier for the upcoming elections. They have no sympathy or empathy, or they have no the consideration for people of Telangana. If they have to find a way out for the progression, they have to adapt Hindi, because it will be an advantage for them. We don't say that it will be the disadvantage. If you learn French, when you go to France, you have more equations, we have more friends, we can do more business on that. Why is this division of language? Hindi has come from Sanskrit. Elsewhere, every language has come from Sanskrit. Why do you want to discriminate the language barrier and then say that Bharatiya Janata Party wants to just impose on that? Bharatiya Janata Party wants every state to grow, whether it is Tamil Nadu or whether it is Haryana or any other state in the country. When the elections are over, Modi wanted to compete with every state so that everyone will contribute for the national economy. But the DMK real state wanted to deliberately have some kind of issue so that this will be an election agenda for the May 2. We again appeal to the DMK government to find a way, to find a solution, because it is not mandatory, but you can adapt on that as you have very clearly said.
I want to bring in Deepak Reddy back into this conversation. Deepak Reddy, number one. So it does seem that your government now is looking at making Hindi the link language to possibly integrate at least your state where the rest of India is concerned. That is what I gathered. But Deepak Reddy, where does the buck stop then? Where does the TDP stand on issues which are as contentious as, the linguistic row that is going on where delimitation is concerned? What is the TDP stand on delimitation?
Actually, I'm sorry, your voice was breaking, but I managed to get one or two words here. It surprises me that even after 75 years, that some people suffer from slave mentality and colonial hangover. Let me come straight to the point. The new education policy clearly emphasizes that the local language should be the medium of education. So here it is pure politics. Nobody is saying that, the local language should be avoided. The emphasis is based on the local language. In addition to the local language, have English and Hindi also. So it is only something to facilitate, the younger generation to probably communicate better with those brothers of the North. But purely the way DMK plays this out is for electoral gains. It's absolutely clear. If you can look at the track record of each of the elections, how they came to power, you can pretty much see that. Hang on a minute.
I'll come back to you, sir. Allow him the same time. Can I just get the TDP spokesperson?
Tamil Nadu is where it is because of English speaking.
Let
me tell you, China is far, far more developed than Tamil Nadu. You think English is spoken there? How about Japan? How about a lot of European countries which are non-English speaking? So your argument is very shallow. And here the point is, stop playing politics. Hindi language is just an additional language apart from the existing two languages. This is only a medium to communicate better. So as I told you earlier, Chandrababu Naidu ji has gone one step further, and now we are implementing 10 foreign languages in the universities. This is the attitude one should have, and this is the progressive way one should go forward rather than playing these cheap politics. And the people of Tamil Nadu should understand not to fall for these tricks. Henceforth.
All right. Okay. Allow me to bring in Bhavya Narasimhamurthy back into this conversation. Bhavya, there's a point that both the TDP... Sir, I'll come back. Mr. Saravanan, I'll come back to you after I go to Bhavya. But Ms. Narasimhamurthy, for both of the BJP and the TDP, saying there was a point. You are denying your people. Nobody's saying don't put in Tamil, don't put in Kannada, don't put in Telugu. But by not giving them an option to study Hindi? How do you know whether your people want to study Hindi or not? How are you deciding for the many who might want to learn Hindi today? Give them the option at least.
Tell me one opportunity that comes to a South Indian because they learn Hindi. One.
There are so many, ma'am. There are so many. You can work.
Let me finish my.
You asked me a question, so I'm answering.
You can work where? You can work where? Because you know Hindi. Where are you working?
Are you asking me a question? Because if I answer, you're saying,
okay,
let me
you
finish.
Can answer. Please answer.
There are multiple.
What is it that we
one
get
second.
if we learn
One
Hindi?
second. A, calm down. Don't be this aggressive. Number two, there are multiple opportunities that Hindi will accord you, economic and otherwise, social and economic.
Then can I tell you something? Let them learn Kannada and come to Karnataka. They will get opportunities to work here if they know Kannada, right? Any language you learn, you will get equal opportunity. I don't know why this special place is given to Hindi. You learn Kannada and come to Karnataka, you will have a lot of opportunities here. I have 3 problems with what the BJP spokesperson just said. He said the funds was earmarked to promote a language. If you are interested, you give funds for your language. What do you mean? You think the central government is here only to serve the Hindi community and not Southern Indian, South Indian community? Do you even know how much money we South Indians give you to the central government? How dare you say it is only for Hindi and we have to earmark the money for our language? Doesn't the central government serve the South Indian states? My second point, you literally said you compared India with France. Do you even understand the diversity that exists in India? Do you know how many languages are there in India? Why are you giving Hindi so much importance? There are 28 states in India with a language of its own. You cannot just implement your one nation, one language here. You do not understand the value of diversity. That doesn't mean we will not protect our language and our culture here. That's another point. No, because you literally said central government is here to promote language.
The Congress spokesperson and then I'll go to Mr. Sarvana and come back to all of you. Make your point.
You give the money. Why? Why should we give the money to promote my language when center is promoting only Hindi? Karnataka is the second highest in contributing to the central taxes. We are the second highest in giving GST.
No,
and you are saying all the money you will give it to promote Hindi and we have to earmark our own money for our language? You think that is acceptable?
So how is it?
Do you even realize what you're talking?
Fair point. So that question will go to the BJP spokesperson because the Prime Minister itself said that, regional languages like Tamil, Kannada are eternal, but what is it that the government is doing for it? Central government. I'll come back to you, ma'am. Allow me to earmark 1 minute each to all our panelists. Mr. Sarvana, please, sum up what your interjections have been. 1 minute on why Tamil Nadu is not accepting the 3-language policy.
See, we don't want the third language. It's useless. It's a waste of time. Instead of this language, if somebody studies a computer language, the kids' viability for future prosperity will improve. And they're speaking about Japan or China. Oh, they're using their mother tongue because their mother tongue is so much improved. They can become a doctor, they can become an engineer, they can become any professional. They can study anything within their mother tongue. Can we do that with Hindi? If I study Hindi alone, can I become a doctor? Can I become an engineer? It's not possible. I will not be economically prosperous if I just study Hindi. That is the reason why we have English. And it is undisputed fact, whether they like it or not, that India is a superpower, economic superpower. Right now, we are where we are only because we have accommodated English. There is no other, there cannot be any other secondary opinion. If they have, they'll have to only prove it with facts. The facts is staring at your face.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you joining us. Cutting across to the BJP spokesperson, NV Subhash, 1 minute, your summations on why you feel that the states like Tamil Nadu and West Bengal should adopt the NEP and why you feel it's all politics.
Of course, it is absolutely politics because in the previous elections also, whenever the elections have been in, the pipeline, they wanted to create some kind of issue so that, it's only, the diversion politics. So no one is discriminating about learning English or Hindi or something. As the Congress party spokesperson said that what benefit we got by learning Hindi, that their own Congress party leader, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao, he learned Hindi and then he is very instrumental and then he has become the Prime Minister of this country. That's the advantage you have. If you learn more and more languages, you'll have advantage. If you're looking for the prosperity of any state, or if you're looking for development of any state, don't put all these barriers. It's absolutely the prerogative of the people whether to wanted to learn Hindi or not. If I wanted to learn Chinese, no one is going to stop on that. But this, the discrimination, this biased feeling, whenever the elections are there, we don't appreciate on that. It is for the states. And as far as the the funds are just allocated, it is very clear that so many other states also have been allotting funds to their the respective regional languages for promoting regional language. This is also the regional language, and this has been started by the Congress Party, Hindu Prachar Mahasabha. And why blame the Bharatiya Janata Party?
But the centre should also allot funds to uplift and promote regional languages. That is a debate, but separately there. Deepak Reddy, 1 minute, sir. The sheer fact that the TDP has taken a different line from other southern states, it could either work very well for you where your people were concerned, or it could backfire because there is always a strong regional sentiment.
Is it for me, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, the voice has been absolutely bad and I really couldn't hear what you said. But let me just have my closing comments. It is a typical strategy what the Congress and the India ecosystem follows. Try to deviate the actual issue by coming out with certain lame arguments. The fact of the matter is the regional languages are not being lowered in any way. The focus is on the regional languages, but this is only an addition to what existing languages are. So the fact has to be very clear. And what the India ecosystem is doing is nothing but playing to the voters for the upcoming elections. Now, this is something which we are very clear, and we want to put it on record.
1 minute, Ms. Narasimha Murthy, make your comments.
Just now the BJP spokesperson said during elections is what we start speaking about our language. I would really prefer him going back to his history lessons and seeing how many activism, how many, protests and movements that the southern Indian states have done so far to protect our language against this imposition of Hindi. And coming to the TDP spokesperson, sir, with all respect, I think to say something like this, both the BJP spokesperson and the TDP spokesperson, it's a disrespect to those who have literally lost their lives, including Potti Sri Ramulu, sir, who lost his lives for Telugu language. And he's from your own state. And to say something like this, you are playing politics. Just because you are in coalition with the government there, you cannot support Hindi and just disregard all those lost lives, the sacrifice they have made for the language.
All right, that's all the time that I have.
Same with Karnataka. A lot of people have lost their lives.
A fair point. We leave it for our viewers to decide. We've tried to give them both points of view on why is it that certain states are not adopting the three-language formula and why some are adopting the three-language formula. And one of them is the ally of the central government, the TDP. And a story that has shocked us all when it comes down to gold smuggling, twists and turns in the Karnataka gold smuggling saga. The Karnataka DGP, embroiled in his stepdaughter's gold smuggling scandal, is now linked to an old robbery dating back to 2014 when he was the IGP Southern Range. India Today has also accessed details of the Kannada star's smuggling's modus operandi. Here's more.
The Karnataka gold smuggling plot unravels. This is the first image of actor Ranya Rao in custody, marks under her eyes, hair tied back. A stark contrast from her glam avatar in the movies. More revelations against the Karnataka IPS officer embroiled in his stepdaughter's gold smuggling scandal. Ramachandra Rao, Chairman and MD of the Karnataka State Police Housing and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited, who holds DGP rank, is allegedly linked to an old robbery case dating back to 2014. Rao was the IG Southern Range in Mysuru when a bus with Hawala cash was seized. 20 lakh rupees was recovered, but a businessman's complaint alleges that the police pocketed over 2 crore rupees from the bus. The then IG's gunman and police informants were arrested while Rao was removed as the IG and transferred to the Karnataka headquarters.
The government is very serious, and we will ensure that this case is taken seriously, investigated, and we find out what's happening in this, who all are involved, and whoever it might be. Whether it is an ordinary person or some influential person, everybody will be brought to book, and we will ensure that this comes out in public.
The DGP has denied any link to his stepdaughter's smuggling activities. India Today accessed details of the Kannada actor's smuggling modus operandi. Ranya Rao taped the gold bars to her waist and thighs and concealed it within her clothes. She modified her jackets and belts to smuggle the gold. Her frequent trips to Dubai put her on the radar. She visited the UAE 30 times in 2024 and 27 times just this year. Ranya allegedly earned 12 to 13 lakh per trip and brought back several kilos of gold from Dubai by wearing the same jacket and belt and using police escort to evade security.
कौन उसके पीछे है, गैंग कौन है, कहाँ जाता है, वो पूरा डिटेल इंक्वायरी करना, सीबीआई को पूरा केस जांच करने के लिए देना.
Ranya Rao, a gold smuggler. Her stepfather, an IPS officer. Is there more than this than meets the eye in the smuggling racket? Bureau Report, India Today.